Thank you so much. Chronicles of the Chronic is a group exhibition that celebrates the creativity and resiliency of the chronically ill community. The exhibit is at the Rochester Arts Center. To share more about it today, joining me is medical doctor Margaret Wiglinski and Michelle McCautry are here, and she's a volunteer with the Rochester Arts Center. They both are now that you're retired. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So thank you so much for being here today. This is a very special exhibit, especially since we live in Rochester, a very medical community. So what more can you tell us about the exhibit? Whoever wants to go first.
Well, it's a group exhibition, like you said. 13 artists, 12 artworks, featuring all sorts of media. We have drawings, photography, video, textile, soft sculpture, and it's basically artists talking about living with chronic illness.
Yeah.
This, as you probably may be aware of, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that slightly over half of adults in the United States suffer with a chronic health condition, but yet it's really never talked much about in public. It's really something you discuss in the privacy of a medical exam room or in the privacy of your home, not really in public, and certainly not in an art center. So like you said, this is the home of the Mayo Clinic. We have a lot of patients and families that come here, as well as people obviously who work at the clinic.
Yeah.
So it's really a topic that I think is worth exploring and inviting people in to take a look at.
Yes. So Michelle, how long does this exhibit run?
It runs through April.
Into April though.
2nd or 3rd. Yes. Okay. April 3rd. So sometime.
Has it been well received so far?
Yes.
It has.
And we also have, I brought along, that's what this is. There's special days too where we'll have presenters for a variety of topics.
Sure.
And it's not necessarily just a sad thing. There's a lot of resilience with the artists and their creativity, and it helps them, the artists, even though they have this chronic illness, feel like they're part of society, that they're part of the world, because they're able to express themselves and be a part of it. And my part of it as a volunteer, since I'm a librarian, is we have a mini library, and it also includes podcasts. And so the public can come in, and it's a quiet space where people can reflect as they're there and look at the library and the resources, listen to a podcast, go home and actually order the books for themselves from their own library. So that's a nice feature of this exhibit.
So for anyone who maybe hasn't been out to the Rochester Art Center, where is it?
Right downtown next to the Mayo Civic Center.
Okay.
So you can park right in the Mayo ramp and just walk into the Mayo Civic Center, and we're right next to it. And it's an incredible architecture of the building itself is worth a visit too.
And how did they find the artists for this exhibit?
Our curator, Zoe Sinnell, reached out to 8 of them, and then the other 4 were selected by a jury of 4 people made of artists, curators, a physician from the clinic as well. They had 81 applicants, and 4 of them were selected to be in this exhibit with the other folks that our curator had reached out to.
So with a medical background, what has been your favorite part about this exhibit?
Well, I do like the fact that it's just getting people talking about chronic illness.
Sure.
I'm particularly drawn to one piece. As an anesthesiologist, I certainly dealt with a lot of pain.
Right.
And we have one quilt in there by Emma McLean. She's a Minneapolis-based artist who was being treated for chronic pain, and she was urged by her physicians to write out a pain journal to try to keep track of her symptoms. She found it very frustrating, very difficult to do, and so she finally, kind of to deal with it, ended up embroidering a page of her pain journal onto a quilt. And it's a beautiful piece, and it really helped her kind of deal with the stress of trying to keep track of her pain symptoms.
Unique. Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece.
Well, Margaret and Michelle, thank you so much for being here. How much does it cost to see the exhibit?
Age 21 and under is free. Free. Otherwise, I think it's $5 for adults.
Pretty affordable.
Yeah,
very
Something
affordable.
to check out, that's for sure. And the 2 of you hang out around there sometimes?
Yes, indeed.
On and off
we give
there.
tours. Yes.
Love it. Thank you so much for being here. Again, here are the dates for the exhibit. April 3rd, it says here. I don't know if it's April 3rd. Is that? There you go. April 3rd of next year. You have a little bit of time to get there, but check it out. It's in downtown Rochester, and it might be something that you didn't know